If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Check out Potown Store. It's a fantastic website with instant email delivery on all the code cards you could possibly want for PTCGO. And if you use Tablemon code when you're checking out, you get 5% off your final purchase. For the European players, Millibots Gaming has everything from collectibles to all the latest cards from the latest sets, Cosmic Eclipse, Hidden Fates, and everything from Sun and Moon. Don't forget to check it out and use Tablemon code when checking out in order to get 5% off your final purchase. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2020. Thanks so much for joining me. We are going to continue with expanded deck profiles coverage for Dallas, where hopefully we find some cool, or rather I showcase some cool interesting decks for you, whether to just enjoy as a viewer or maybe you run up against them at Dallas and you can know and expect you know what to expect from them rather. So this deck is one that I feel like has still a lot of potential, unexplored potential, but for some reason it just doesn't quite work as you would like it to. But I still think it's pretty decent, especially against all the tag team and GX decks that we can expect over at Dallas. We have Rampardos with a clean hit attack which deals a solid 60 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, then this attack does 60 more damage, therefore knocking out our most popular and favorite evolutions, which include Zoroark and all the Garbodor variants, so along with Octillery and other things, but namely those. So clean hit is a very nice and easy way to get those KOs. And we of course have the Wild Crash attack, where if your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it is knocked out immediately, no questions asked. So there is a small issue with this attack where Guardian's Wonder Energy does stop the effects of this attack, so that would be a really bad matchup to have, and we would probably need to find space for Enhanced Hammers, which I don't think is very likely for this deck. Not impossible, but not super likely. But yeah, everything else, especially in a Turbo Dark / Ultra Necrozma metagame, I feel like Rampardos definitely has some merit. And we also have Carracosta as a water type attacker, though I see less merit in having this. Probably a 1/1 line would be sufficient, so maybe I'm gonna do that change right now that I think about it. Ancient Custom prevents your opponent from attaching Pokemon tool cards, which is awesome, right? And Aqua Impact does 80 damage plus 20 more for each colorless energy in your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost. So a very nice attack right there, and it's great against fire types, but that's not super prevalent in expanded. So now that I think about it, I feel like doing this is actually better, and I'm just gonna straight up add 2 Enhanced Hammers in order to have an answer to those pesky Guardians. Now, the rest of the deck is focused around getting the Pokemon Research Lab out on turn 1 and being able to bench your 2 fossils that way. And we also have 4 Jirachi along with Builds and Skyla to search for those things. Chaotic Swell is also another issue for this deck, and we could start fitting something like Field Blower, but things just start getting a little bit out of hand, right? And we can't play absolutely everything in this deck. We have Pokecoms to put back the stage 1 so that hopefully we can get them out with the Pokemon Research Lab. We have a variety of supporters, and we have a bunch of energies available. The Super Boost Energy, the Strong, the Fighting, and the Counter Energies, because the combo is you attach a Counter Energy, you attach a Karate Belt, and then suddenly Rampardos is able to Wild Crash very, very easily. So that is the deck, and I figured why not give it a run over on the ladder, which is rampant with dark type decks and Ultra Necrozma based decks, and yeah, we shall see how it goes. Don't have super high hopes of it. But I figured, why not give it another try? Sometimes decks that you don't consider end up surprising you, and sometimes decks that you end up thinking are like super amazing and super great, they end up flopping badly. Alright. So we are going to mulligan a bunch with this deck because we do have 4 Jirachis as our only basic Pokemons. This is a fairly solid start, honestly. Yeah, we did mulligan 3 times. So maybe having 4 offense would be ideal for this. Just to counteract those mulligans. But we have a honestly pretty fantastic start here. We have a pretty fantastic start, not gonna lie. My opponent is able to find an extra basic of the mulligans, and we'll see what happens here. Alright. So, definitely going to do this, definitely going to do this, definitely going to bench the unidentified fossil, and now, going up against Rowlet eggs, we are probably going to have to find, like, we're not going to be super pressured by our opponent, that's for sure. Might as well attach the karate belt whilst I can. Play item cards. We are going to have to manually attach 3 energies to our Rampardos, so that's going to be important, and to not have them get Fabad away. Alright. I can't attach the strong energy this turn, and that's really sucky. Nothing else I can't do though. So I'm just gonna put on Research Lab, and we find out that 2 Cranidos are prized. I'm not even gonna bother with this. A single Cranidos for our efforts. That's very sad. Am I going to Australia if I place high at Dallas, Dalton, and Grosma? I would love to do that. Unfortunately though, fortunately for me, Mexicans do require a special visa to travel to Australia, and because of that, like, it's not a matter of whether I get it or not, it's actually a matter of, oof, that escape word loss is huge. It's not a matter of whether I get the visa or not, like approved for the visa, but it's a matter of how much time it takes to get the visa. And right now, even if I wouldn't commit to that before Dallas, and I also don't have a stipend, and then there's just no way for me to get it in time. I think, like, I would have to go for it today or like next week at max, and I still don't know whether I'm gonna do well at Dallas or not. So it's super risky, and I don't think it's like worth the risk. So that's the biggest issue. Yeah, that is the biggest issue. I don't think we're winning this game at all. Because my energies are gonna get Fabad. I guess at some point maybe I could go Guzma KO the Vileplume, but it's not super likely. So yeah, this seems like a terrible matchup. This seems like a terrible matchup, that's for sure. Pidgeotto Control is still viable, Sir Tenten. In what format? Expanded or standard? Which one are you asking for? It's too bad the counter energies just don't matter at all. That Vileplume is a big threat as well. That Vileplume is certainly a big threat. Okay, I'm gonna go for a Skylam and grab... What, an N? I need to find my other energies. Oh my gosh. My prizes are 3 strong energies and 2... My prizes are 3 strong energies and 2 of the middle guys. Okay, I was never, ever, ever going to win that match. Yeah, I guess this deck isn't really viable. Loses to Guardian probably, loses to Aggro definitely, or it really struggles. You need to play so many energies to actually have a chance against Aggro. I'd like to go first. Standard Sirtantan, yeah, Pidgeotto Control is definitely still viable. It's been doing well all over the place. It's a solid deck. It's a powerful deck when in the right hand, so yeah, I don't see why not. Aggro does have a lot of auto wins and auto losses, that is true. That is very, very true. Alright. And thanks so much for the follow, Sir Tantan. Welcome to the stream. I'm streaming way earlier than usual. Today, that's because today is a weird day, I guess. Weird in a good way, though. Alright, so we're going to lead with a build analysis that we top decked. We're going to grab these. And then we are going to go ahead and Stellar Wish for a, I guess a fossil, since I have double Rampardos. I mean, my opponent probably won't knock out my Jirachi next turn, so I likely won't be able to utilize like the combo, so it's gonna be like slow and steady. But this time we priced the tier 2 guy, and we didn't price a single Rampardos, so that's good, I guess. We have a nice follow-up hand to this. Get an attachment. A lot is going on. Alright, so my opponent starts with a Battle Compressor. We'll find out more about what my opponent is trying to do right here. We will find out more, discarding 2 Psychics and the Ace Trainer. Oh, is this the deck? Is this Dusknoir Trevenant? This is probably Dusknoir Trevenant. That's a lot of Psychics in the discard pile. I think this is, yeah, this is, well, it's something with Melodic and something Psychic, so probably Dusknoir Trevenant, a deck I featured on my channel the other day. So my opponent's gonna have a really big turbo turn here. Gonna get rid of the Monk, which I'm fine with. So basically, it's gonna come down to me being able to knock out the dudes quickly-ish. Super Boost requires 3 stage 2s for it to work the way it would like to work. 3 Ultra Volts in my opponent's starting hand. That is just crazy. That is actually crazy. Yeah. The issues, I'm gonna have 1 card in hand next turn. So having a Jirachi will probably be a good idea to have that as a fallback option. Because otherwise I'm gonna be in top deck mode. I guess I'll always be in top deck mode here, but I mean, being a non-GX deck, it does buy me a little time, and having an immediate response will be pretty cool. Being able to do all of this is also really nice. So I guess I should go ahead and evolve and attach, right? Just to start building up that threat. That way I only need 1 counter energy in order to respond to whatever my opponent ends up doing. I won't be able to bench a Jirachi, so that's not ideal. Well, I actually will be able to, never mind. So I feel like I'll discard Skyla and Karakosta because those are not good cards to draw after I get brought down to 1 card in hand. And there we go. So if my opponent chooses not to Ace Trainer for whatever reason, since I'm already at 3 cards, he might, like, we're guaranteed to be able to recover, right? We'll either have Cynthia and or Via Seeker in our hands to recover, and all we need is a counter energy to immediately respond to our opponent's Dusknoir Trevenant with a 1-hit KO. So it's not looking bad at all here. Not looking bad at all. Alright, there's a Melodic Bup. We get a price. Now we're up to 4 cards. There's a Grimer, not a big deal. I mean, Grimer does top Jirachi, so later on it will be a big deal. Doesn't seem like my opponent has Ace Trainer, so we are guaranteed to recover off of this. And I feel like, yeah, we lose Cynthia and N, but we have our VS Seekers, thankfully. So all I need is a counter energy, right? Or a, not that, we need either a counter energy or expert belt plus any energy. So a lot is like depending on this, and we get it. Awesome. Just as we get a new follower. Okay, dude, Ken, thank you so much for the follow. Good morning, Alex. You woke up early. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just thinking here, is there any way I can make this better? And I think there is, actually. I'm gonna energy Lodo, and I get that. See, so like counter energy works this turn, but if I actually attach this energy and the oh no, I'm not losing. Oh my gosh, I am not actually losing here. Oh, silly Pablo. He gave me a prize, so I'm not actually losing. Oh my gosh. Well, that was silly. I guess I do this. And then I have 2 Pokemon, and even if he goes Guzma, then we are fine. That was very silly, though. I was so sure we had the knockout. Completely forgot he gave me a prize as well. Completely blanked that out. Okay, my opponent simply Night Watches. So, yeah. I mean, with the Skyla, with the energy, with the computer search, we're guaranteed to keep enough cards to be able to get the KO next turn. So that's good. Right, now I am losing, now the counter energy works, now I can do this. And don't expect my opponent to like wreck me or anything next turn. I don't have a great follow-up to this though. Because I'll Skyla first Cynthia, and then I'll go ahead and Wild Crash for a knockout. Alright. So we get 3 prizes here, Adventure Bag, which is potentially useful for the 2 Jirachis that we are going to have access to. Rampardos is also very nice. Right, definitely very nice. And in a world where we find our 4th Rampardos, which we're about to get a Strainer, so it's probably not going to happen. But in a world where we found our other Rampardos and the Super Boost, we got to attach it, then we probably would have won, but not looking great now. We're not looking likely for that. Okay, we get a VS Seeker to recover off of, that's great. My opponent cannot attack me this turn because there's no Feebas down, so he can't pop Feebas and then power up another Duskmore Trevenant, which is good. The biggest thing my opponent could do here, I guess, would be to bench Mimikyu Gengar, attach, and then GX, preventing me from doing anything. We actually decided to put it back. Maybe he doesn't have energy, because he did get rid of a bunch of energy early on. 4. Alright, I do not have a Guzma in my discard pile. And even if I did, I guess Guzma KO Ditto wouldn't be good enough. And my opponent gets to collect. This is Wacky Deck Wednesday. Not quite Wacky Deck Wednesday, Alex, no. Let's definitely do this. And then let's go for a Cynthia. Getting a KO. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. Well, it actually does. Knocking out the Grimer prevents him from using my Logic. So it's actually pretty big. Because then I simply win, I guess. So I'm going to attach this. I'm going to attach this as well, just to thin. And then we'll go clean hit. This guy is weak, we get a knockout. And now my Logic, if it gets popped, then we win. And hello Rail, thanks so much for being here. This is Pablo is Stubborn Friday, where I'm trying to use this deck and make it happen, but it's definitely not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. Right. So yeah, I don't know what my opponent's plan is here. Well, there's the Milotic. There's the Milotic. That's another thing about the deck that my opponent's using. Like, he has no margin for error. And that really sucks for that deck. Okay, so Mimikyu Gengar is my opponent's only chance. And now he finally decides to go for it. I guess me being down to 1 price means my counter energies never work. If he uses a GX though, I feel like I just retreat, keeping this energy and gift him the fossil, probably. Drawing energy doesn't seem easy for him right now. Pablo Fridays are the most broken Fridays ever. Alright, and there's a victory. So my opponent didn't even get an energy to GX me. Alright, so if he did though, my plan would have been to set up the other 3 Rampardos, the other 2 Rampardos, and hopefully be able to use the special energy to sweep, right? To get my last KO. Or a Guzma. Might have been enough, I'm not sure. Quick gem, everything's going well, thank you. How about yourself? So that will be all for the fossil stack. I got to showcase it, there's a video out on it. It's an interesting concept. Maybe in the right metagame it could be good, like in a Mewtwo plus Turbo Dark plus Ultra Chroma meta, but with Guardian and Rowlet X being basically tier 1 decks, it's probably not going to be a good call. So I will be right back with our next deck after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere guys, I will be right back in just a second.